A12. Probando traducción A12.
Rendezvous. Rendezvous está prendido el micrófono. ¿No me escuchan? ¿No me escuchan? ¿Aló? ¿Aló? ¿No me escuchan? ¿Aló?
Muy buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Rodrigo Vázquez, soy asesor del programa Energía de la GIZ. Bueno, quería darles nuevamente la bienvenida a una nueva charla técnica dentro del ciclo de charlas de aplicaciones de hidrógeno que GIZ está organizando junto con el Ministerio de Energía dentro del marco del proyecto Descarbonización del Sector Energía de Chile, del programa Energía Renovable y Eficiencia Energética de la 4E. Además, agradecemos también el patrocinio de la Asociación Chilena de Hidrógeno H2 Chile, del Centro UC de Energía, Universidad Técnica Federico Santa María y el Comité Solar e Innovación Energética de la Corfo y la revista Electricidad. Antes de dar paso a la charla de hoy, quería recordarles nuestras próximas charlas donde hablaremos sobre la inyección de hidrógeno en redes de gas y metanización, calderas que utilizan el hidrógeno a nivel industrial y domiciliario, producción de hidrógeno y uso en turbinas de gas, entre otros temas. En la última charla, si ustedes recuerdan, el 25 de junio estuvimos aprendiendo sobre la cogeneración con hidrógeno para usos industriales y ahora continuando con el ciclo toca el turno del transporte. Ya todos sabemos que este sector será uno de los más importantes en el uso del hidrógeno, no solo por su impacto global en reducción de emisiones, sino por la disminución de la contaminación local. Pero el transporte tiene muchas variantes. Y hoy hablaremos del sector servicios y específicamente del lanzamiento de un nuevo camión de la empresa alemana Faun que será utilizado para la limpieza de la ciudad. Para esto les presento a nuestro expositor de hoy, Mike Roos, que es el jefe de entrenamiento técnico de la compañía alemana Faun Umwelttechnik. Mike es especialista en tecnología automotriz, específicamente en sistemas de alto voltaje e hidrógeno. Comenzó su carrera hace 12 años trabajando para el ejército alemán en diversas áreas temáticas. Posteriormente, ingresa como jefe de capacitación técnica en Faun Umwelttechnik y colabora con el proyecto Faun Blue Power en el campo de la digitalización y los sistemas de transmisión alternativos. Actualmente está enfocado en las áreas tecnológicas, infraestructura y capacitación de la empresa. Bueno, Mike entonces nos presentará camiones con celda de combustible, proyecto Faun Blue Power, tecnología, infraestructura y capacitación. Nosotros iremos recopilando las preguntas desde el chat. ¿Ya? Así que hagan sus preguntas ahí, para que al final de la presentación Mike pueda contestarla. Una cosa importante, la exposición tendrá traducción simultánea al español. ¿Ya? Como sabemos que las redes de internet algunas veces pueden sufrir algún corte, algún delay, etc. Si la traducción tuviese inconvenientes debido a la red, ustedes nos avisan a través de la red y si ese inconveniente continúa, el evento continuará siendo transmitido en idioma original, o sea, en el inglés. ¿Ya? Ahora voy a cambiar de idioma para invitar a Mike.
Muchas gracias. Muy bien. Hola a todos ustedes. Estoy encantado de poder presentar mi labor hoy día. Les voy a dar una visión sobre Blue Power. Van a ver el vehículo Blue Power aquí y en la parte posterior la energía limpia. Para buenos resultados necesitamos hidrógeno en forma eólica, por el sistema agua o por el sol, para un transporte libre de emisiones. Soy yo. Yo soy Mike Roos, soy líder o jefe del área, digamos, de capacitación técnica. Estoy encargado de todos los talleres, de las planificaciones y también para nuestros clientes en Alemania y a nivel mundial. De hecho, tenemos una gran cantidad de trabajo con nuevas tecnologías, hidrógeno, sistemas de alto voltaje. Todo esto requiere de muy buena información para poder confiar en esta nueva tecnología. Muy bien, aquí está el contenido de mi presentación hoy. Les voy a dar una visión general sobre la empresa Faun y el grupo Kirchhoff. Luego les voy a mostrar la historia y algunas experiencias con sistemas de transmisión eléctrica e hidrógeno. También les voy a dar una presentación desde enero de este año sobre este camión a hidrógeno. También, ¿por qué utilizamos hidrógeno? ¿Cuáles son las ideas detrás de este camión y por qué es necesario hoy? Y también la estructura de Blue Power. Les voy a dar una visión general de las partes que componen el camión de hidrógeno. También las infraestructuras sobre las estaciones de combustible en Alemania. Y luego de ello, y al final de la presentación, por favor, denme una retroalimentación de las estaciones de combustible en Chile. ¿Es igual o no? ¿Y qué debe hacerse? También vamos a hablar sobre la capacitación de los trabajadores. Es muy importante para un resultado positivo del proyecto que todos los empleados tengan una capacitación técnica. Esto es fundamental y eso es algo que yo sostengo siempre. Aquí entonces pueden ver lo que compone el grupo Kirchhoff. Este es el Ecotec. Podrán ver acá en la imagen el vehículo de recolección de residuos. Entonces tenemos el sistema, construimos el camión y la parte posterior. Luego aquí tienen el área de automotores. Construimos las partes del cuerpo, o sea, todas las láminas de metal para todos los autos y camiones, los OEMs en todo el mundo. Y luego tenemos el tercero, que es el ámbito de la movilidad, Kirchhoff Mobility. Para esta empresa nosotros construimos camiones y automotores y pueden ver la parte posterior para las personas con discapacidad. Y luego también tenemos herramientas, las herramientas VIPE, se construyen, como pueden ver, atornilladores, partes y alicates. Estas son las 4 áreas fundamentales del grupo Kirchhoff. Aquí pueden ver también cuál es el grupo de Kirchhoff. En cifras, tenemos 13.500 colegas a nivel mundial. Estamos en 21 países, presentes en 21 países, 5 continentes. Tenemos 60 plantas instaladas y tenemos ventas de alrededor de 2.3 mil billones de euros. Entonces, ¿cuáles son los antecedentes, historia de nuestra empresa, nuestra experiencia con respecto a la energía verde? Parte el año 2006, en enero. Pueden ver aquí también esta imagen. Esta imagen es un proyecto que se llama Energía Dual y aquí pueden observar el camión per se. Y aquí está el ingeniero senior y la canciller de Alemania, Angela Merkel, y nos sentimos muy orgullosos porque esta es la primera vez que tenemos una transmisión eléctrica. Y este cuerpo que ustedes ven, esta estructura que les estoy mostrando, es solamente eléctrico y puede conducir hasta 30 kilómetros por hora. Con la transmisión eléctrica, hasta 30 kilómetros por hora con un motor normal. Este fue el primer ensayo que tuvimos en energía limpia. Aquí en enero del 2009, construimos 20 vehículos para ensayos en terreno. En 2009, experimentamos la primera camión o proceso con la celda de combustible por hidrógeno. Aquí lo pueden ver. Entonces, en 2010 tenemos de los 20 vehículos de ensayo, se los dimos de los operadores al cliente. Y aquí, esta celda, este camión de celdas, se lo dimos a Berlín, a un gran cliente en Berlín. Y esta es nuestra experiencia hoy día con la transmisión por hidrógeno. Solamente el cuerpo está funcionando con hidrógeno hoy día. Hoy día, el 2020, el Blue Power o la energía azul es el concepto de presentación que se presentó. Esto está completo con hidrógeno. Esa es la gran diferencia, entonces. Bien. Hablé un poco entonces sobre el Blue Power. ¿Qué es esta Blue Power o energía azul? Es una conducción o un tren motriz libre de emisiones, especialmente diseñado para la recolección de residuos y para camiones barredores. El camión con transmisión por hidrógeno, podemos hacer todo tipo de cuerpos o estructuras en el camión. El primer paso para nosotros, empezamos con este proceso de recolección de basura y también de limpieza de las calles. Blue Power es un chasis completamente y para más tiempo de operación, tenemos este vehículo construido con tanques de hidrógeno, con celdas de combustible para una mejor operación. Entonces, este es un corto video que les ilustra lo que voy a partir entonces. A ver, voy a partir con un video corto y les voy a explicar. Pueden ver aquí, presentamos este año en enero ambos camiones. Aquí pueden ver el vehículo recolector de residuos y el otro es entonces el camión barredor. Presentamos esto en el lanzamiento con 200 personas asistiendo de las grandes empresas, representantes políticos y también fabricantes. Y entonces lo que pueden observar aquí, este es el sistema Blue Power y lo que pueden ver aquí, que el camión en la parte, saben que es un camión Mercedes-Benz. Este está construido por Fraun, pero muchas personas confían en las tecnologías de Mercedes-Benz. Y esa es la razón por la cual aquí en la cabina, la parte frontal, aparece este logo, pero la tecnología limpia está construida y generada por Fraun. Esto también es importante que comprendan y pueden ver los asistentes y también todo el equipo con nuestro CEO y todo el equipo de Blue Power. Aquí algunos segundos para que tengan unas impresiones. Estamos muy y orgullosos porque este es el primer camión a hidrógeno. Es por eso que lo presentamos también y trabajamos con Mercedes-Benz. Nuestro jefe dice que la solución es la celda de combustibles. Ese es el futuro en el mundo de producción de camiones. Esta celda de combustible de hidrógeno. Aquí entonces pueden ver que está operativo, es muy silencioso, con muy bajas emisiones o prácticamente cero emisiones. Ahí va. Este es entonces nuestros productos Blue Power. ¿Qué es Blue Power y qué hacemos? Podrán ver en esta imagen el glider o esta parte. Tenemos la principal con accesos y la cabina. Nada más. Ustedes pueden ver aquí el área o la estrella de ver. No hay nada allá adentro. El motor y las baterías, las celdas de combustible, todo está hecho por Fraun, no está hecho por Mercedes-Benz. Esas son nuestras partes. Pueden ver también el marco principal, qué es lo que hacemos. Son tanques de hidrógeno. Tenemos tanques modulares de hidrógeno y aquí construimos también el motor eléctrico, el cargador on board y también tenemos módulos de celdas 1, 2, 3. Y en esta página, en esta imagen, podrán ver en verde las baterías, los módulos de baterías en la parte frontal. En un camión diésel generalmente aquí hay un motor y la caja de cambio. Y sin embargo, aquí tenemos la batería solamente. Y detrás de la cabina tenemos todos los usos y elementos de refrigeración y de distribuidores de alto voltaje. También tenemos la misma carga en un RCP o en un camión eléctrico como si lo tuviésemos en un camión normal diésel. Es por eso que hacemos esto. Tenemos esta infraestructura, este marco, y tenemos, lo más importante, la misma carga que tuviese un camión diésel. Y eso es lo que los clientes quieren. No quieren un camión y la carga que sea solamente de 4 toneladas, por ejemplo. Lo siguiente entonces en un corto video podrán observar qué es un camión que logra y qué es lo que insertamos. Vamos a explicarlo con un video corto para poder entender esta situación. No necesitamos un tanque diésel, no necesitamos baterías ni cajas de cambio. Es un motor, también era un motor de diésel grande. Entonces esto es lo que tenemos, el marco, el esqueleto. Y después de la imagen donde ustedes vieron el logo de Mercedes, eso es todo lo que hay. No, entonces las instalaciones de los componentes Blue Power pueden ver el motor eléctrico, ahí va, ahí el gran motor, el gran módulos de baterías que son de gran dimensión. Perdón. Y les hablo entonces sobre una gran batería porque el paquete de batería es 1 tonelada, 1000 kilos, ni un gramo más, digamos. Se detuvo un poco el sistema, no sé por qué, pero déjeme ver qué pasa. No, parece que no quiere cargar. Vamos a esperar unos segundos, espero que mejore. No sé lo que pasa aquí. Bueno. Espero que puedan ver lo mismo. Por favor, denme una señal de que está todo bien y de que pueden verlo. A ver, vamos a ver, Regio. Gracias. Este es el video que detuvimos por unos segundos. Este es el Blue Power. Como les hablamos, estos se sacan todas las cosas estándares que ustedes reconocen y queremos mostrarles las partes de hidrógeno y las partes eléctricas. Es muy sencillo, pero es una gran cantidad de trabajo. Necesitamos 3 o 4 años hasta que llegamos a tener un sistema que funciona en forma perfecta. Hablamos de 1000 kilos, donde van las baterías. Aquí tenemos donde van, digamos, el motor diésel, y también la caja de cambio está reemplazada por una batería. Ahora tenemos una unidad de control, un sistema de enfriamiento. Aquí lo que querían los clientes es un cargador en el camión, o sea, un móvil. Y aquí entonces les voy a explicar. Aquí están los tanques de hidrógeno, que los pueden ver, son hasta 8. Y lo que está ocurriendo aquí es que el hidrógeno está yendo de los tanques a las celdas de combustible. Y en estas celdas, con el oxígeno, construimos la energía que se requiere para que el motor genere y las baterías y se complete todo el proceso que requiere para el trabajo, para la combustión. Y eso es lo que tenemos aquí. Luego, aquí hay un aspecto muy interesante para nosotros. Se recupera la energía. El RCV y la recolección, digamos, el vehículo de recolección tiene 110 litros por kilómetro, diésel. Esa es la energía que genera o que necesita el camión. 70 hasta 75 litros diésel. ¿Y por qué? El camión funciona de bin a bin, al inicio de un estanque, después de ciertos metros, entonces se detiene. Esta energía, una vez que se detiene, lo que podemos hacer es recuperar. Generalmente cuando se frena, se pierde la energía, pero en este camión, en estos camiones por hidrógeno, lo podemos hacer recuperando. Tenemos la energía del frenado y esta información, esta energía vuelve y no se pierde. Y funciona perfectamente. Aquí entonces pueden ver nuestro símbolo acá, se llama Blue Power. Es nuestro camión de recolección de basura y con este cuerpo. Y para las otras partes de nuestra empresa, en cuanto a los barredores de calles o camión barredor, aquí no tenemos espacio aquí para el sistema de hidrógeno, para las baterías y otros. Entonces, en esta área azul es donde están los estanques en otras posiciones y funciona de la misma forma. Bueno, ese es el sistema Blue Power y con un sistema de animación es muy fácil ilustrar lo que hacemos. Entonces, la idea de Blue Power es que tiene la energía solar, eólica, y también tenemos otra energía, es la energía por recolección de basura o desechos. Eso también es energía. Sabemos, lo recolectamos, la basura, los desechos, entra a una estación de energía por desechos y con esta estación generamos energía y llevamos esa energía, por ejemplo, a la electrólisis por hidrógeno, también puede ser hacia las estaciones de combustible o para los autos eléctricos o también para energía doméstica. Ese es el ciclo, eso es lo que significa tener energías limpias, eólica, solar y también de los desechos. Esto es posible. Y este es nuestro concepto verde de energías limpias. ¿Y por qué lo hacemos entonces con hidrógeno? ¿Por qué utilizamos hidrógeno? Expliqué que el vehículo de recolección de basura trabaja, se detiene y para, ¿verdad? Entonces, para un ciclo corto, a ver, vamos a ver aquí. Aquí pueden ver con el puntero la versión estándar de nuestro sistema es una versión para los clientes con la batería. No tiene ninguna celda de combustible. Y
Out of town, you have more power. Out of power, you need a little bit more speed. Yeah. And then the customers here can have battery 2 tanks, 3 tanks, and 4 tanks. That's only for, you see it here, for the range 100, 200, 300, and 400 kilometers. Yeah. And you can see when you want it with more tanks, you can collect a little bit less, but not really. When you drive out of town or you drive highway, yeah, you need more power, you need 3 fuel cells, and you can drive on the highway 80 kilometers per hour, and with 2, 3, or 4 tanks, you have a range of 200, 300, 400 kilometers. That is here possible. Basic version, and the customers can choose about this system. Here in red, when you want this energy only with battery, yeah, without fuel cells, for example, transport 400 kilometers in highway, the battery pack in this truck is 5 tons. 5 tons battery pack. And when you have a 5 tons battery pack in a truck, your payload is only 6 tons. And you see normally 11 or 10.5 up to 11 tons. When you drive without hydrogen, you have only 6 tons, and 6 tons is for all the customers. It's not usable. It's not usable to have here 6 tons payload. That is the reason why we build a Blue Power with a hydrogen system. Here, this is for our marketing, the answer of Dieselgate and what we can do. You become the presentation here. You can read it here, but it's not important for today. Yeah. So, but what is important for today? Important when you want to build a hydrogen truck is the hydrogen fuel station in your country. And we have in July 2020, we have 84 fuel stations here in Germany. And you can see the most are in the west or in the south. Some are in the north. But why is it so? Here in this part and in this part, we have many of industrial companies, and they build the hydrogen. At this moment, only gray hydrogen, not green hydrogen, but they have hydrogen, and that is the reason why here are many of fuel stations here. And the infrastructure is a problem, but in 2023, the company here says, okay, we build more fuel stations, and they say in 2023, we have in Germany 400 fuel stations with hydrogen. That is what they want to have. And that is okay when you have 400 fuel stations in Germany. In the highways, every 90 kilometers at the highways, there is a hydrogen fuel station. I think that is enough, and I think that is okay. Yeah. And what is the other problem of hydrogen trucks or cars is the price of hydrogen. And we have many workshops with many customers for fuel stations or for electrolyzers and so on. We must bring the price to, I think, a price 3.5 euros. That is the price we need to earn money. At this moment, I don't know the price in Germany for 1 kilo hydrogen is 9.5 euro. Yeah, and that is not really good for the transport business and so on. That is too high. Yeah, and that is what we need: a lower price of hydrogen, and we need the green hydrogen. So the same like before. I don't know why. No next sheet here. Next page. Let me have a look. I hope that this is the next. Yes. So, and you can see here the next, the hydrogen tanks. I think you know the hydrogen tanks in cars. They are 700 bars. Yeah. In trucks, normally in Germany, in Europe, the rest of the world, the truck pressure is 350 bars. And we have a truck with a Blue Power system. The truck is also 700 bars, not 350. Why? The page before, all these new stations with hydrogen, they are 700 bar systems. And when we build a truck with 350 bars, the truck cannot here refueled on this new stations. And that is the reason why we built a system. It's a little bit expensive, but our customers can drive to all fuel stations, all new fuel stations in Germany or in Europe. That is possible. And that is the reason why we built a 700 bar system. And you can see here the tanks, yeah, the new, that is the new tanks type 4 with the CFK. And why we built also a hydrogen truck. Here for the fuel time. No customers want to load the system 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. No customers want it. The customers want the same like a diesel engine. They want to tank, to refuel the truck. Here you can see it in 2 times 7 minutes, in 10 up to 15 minutes. That is for the customers, that is okay. But not load a truck, only battery 6 hours. That is not what the customers want. That is what the customers want. Yeah? Like before. Every human is so. We want it like before. Okay. And another important thing is when we bring this time, 2020, we bring out 20 trucks of them, and next year we bring out over 100 of these trucks to the street, to Germany. And what we need is the service. You cannot bring a new system into the country and you have no service here. We have 11 service centers here in Germany, and they all have the training with hydrogen, high voltage, and so on. Huh? When you have a new system, you bring it to the customers, and the new truck is in the workshop for 1 week or 2 weeks. The customer says that is not a good new system. When there is a problem, it can be a problem in a new system, but then you must have a good service, a perfect service. Bring the truck to the service, and after maybe 1 day, the truck has to be running. Yeah? That is very important. So, and you can see here some picture of the truck. Here inside you see the orange high voltage cable system and also the hydrogen system. Yeah, you need for all employees, all my colleagues, that is here my part, they need the hydrogen technologies, basics. All my colleagues need basics of hydrogen technologies. And when you have the knowledge, you have the basics of high voltage and hydrogen, you trust this energy, and then it's okay. That's the same like diesel. That's the same like a normal engine. our customers say before, oh, that is dangerous. No, that is also dangerous like normal fuel truck and so on. When you have the knowledge and we have your training, it's the same. Yeah, and the occupational safety here in the workshop, you see it here. That is important. All must be safe. Yeah, you must be sensor and all other things in the workshop. Yeah, and all customers and all my colleagues become a Blue Power product training. Yeah? And that is, then it's perfect. Then they trust and the customers trust this product, and then everything is okay. And you can see here the same like in your country. I work also from my home office, and normally I do a training. Yeah. A wheel training. I prefer a wheel training, but actually it's not possible. And you can see here my person. I have a digital training center with screens, and here you can see my colleagues or the customers. They sit here and they can look what can I do. You can see this is here hydrogen technology, and I can show them the basic of hydrogen. Here is a little car, it's a model, and here we I can show them from solar, from sun power, we produce here hydrogen. It's not really dangerous, and that is in this year I think we all my colleagues we train here in this digital training room. Yeah. That's for my colleagues and for my customers the same like in real. Huh? They look through the screens to the wall and they learn with me. And I can see will show you here. This is part 2 of my hydrogen technology, and here we do such things for heavy duty trucks, for cars, for buses, tank to wheel. What's happened here, and this is 2 up to 3 hours a training, yeah, of basics, yeah, and we can do it all around the world. In this digital training room, I do the training for our Australian colleagues. For example, I have customers from Hong Kong and so on. I can do from my home office. I bring you information here all around the world. So, and that is very important also for the customers. I told you the Blue Power, you can have 1 fuel cell, 2 fuel cells, or 3 fuel cells. The customers don't know I need 1 or 2 fuel cells, or I need how much tanks I needed. I don't know. Yeah? And here, excuse me, what we do before, we drive to the customers. Yeah? For example, here from this date and in a little city, approx 50,000 people here, and we drive with the normal truck, and we see here, oh, the distance to the unloading point is 1 time 23 kilometers and 1 time 7 kilometers. What a type of garbage is it? Oh, paper and carton. We start 5 o'clock, we end 4 o'clock. The distance is about 100 kilometers, and the paper and carton is 1770 tons. And in this tour today, we have unloaded 1,000 bins, but this is here important. And the truck needs 213 kilowatt hours, and the body needs 78. Yeah, and the complete engine is about 300 kilowatt hours. That means with a 4-tank system, yeah, you can drive the whole day complete. And with an 8-tank system, you can drive 2 days, and then you must refuel the system. Yeah, and that is what the customers needed. They need this information. They don't have this information before. Why? you drive with a truck, and when the tank is empty, you go to the fuel station, fill in with diesel, and he has no information about that. And that is what we do. And here's a little diagram. You can see, what is happened the complete day. We drive from the company to the area. Here you can see the area with the bins. Yeah. The system here is full. They drive to the emptying point. Here is a little break. After the break, they drive to the second area. Here also they emptying the bins. They drive to the second emptying point, and then they drive back to the company. And that is what we do exactly with the customers. And they say, you have a diagram, and you need a blue power system with 2 fuel cells and 4 tanks. That means 10 kilograms of hydrogen. The maximum here is 20 kilograms of hydrogen at this moment. Yeah. So, and we do it here in the south of Germany, in Ostholz-Scharmbeck is the name. Yeah. And this is our plant. Yeah, and see here, this is the place we built the blue power system. And I think that is an overview of our blue power system, of hydrogen, of the fuel station situation in Germany. And after this, you can give me questions and I answer. And when I have no answer to your question, I write you an email, and that is also possible. Yeah? Thank you.
Okay, Mike. We have many questions here for you, and let me see. Well, we start with the question. The first question is about safety. How does the hydrogen tank react in case of an accident, for example? Could you talk about the safety in this case?
Yeah, I can talk about the safety. That is no problem. The new Type 4 tanks, there is no problem with an accident. You can see by our blue power system, the tank is on the side of the truck. Yeah, and that is no problem. When you see the test of this tank, they crashes and the tanks are under fire and so on. Yeah, there is so much safety. I say to our customers, when you have an accident with a truck, you can drive through a wall. The last what the problem is the tank. Every other, the batteries and the body and the compaction, everything is broken, but not really the tank. The tank is really the safest thing in this system.
But the founder has made some tests in order to check the safety, for example, to damage intentionally the tanks, etc.
Yeah, you must do it when you are a manufacturer of trucks. Yeah, the first 2 trucks you must test completely with the government, with all. You must test it, and under us here, yeah, the first 2 trucks, they are completely damaged. We testing all, yeah, all safety tests.
Perfect. The fuel cells are produced by Faun, or where is your provider for the fuel cells?
No, we don't build the fuel cells by ourselves. That is not possible. We buy the fuel cells also. We want the same like you. We want buy the fuel cells in our own country, yeah. But that is, and this time that is not possible. We have to the same like you. I think the market is in China.
Okay. Several questions. For example, someone is asking about the running time or maximum range. But you have considered, for example, the environmental conditions, yeah, like the battery cars that suffer with the cold or with the high temperature, for example. In this case, what is the running time, maximum range you are considering for their clients, etc.?
for all, you mean the maximum in years?
Yeah, autonomy, the autonomy.
Okay, the maximum in years, the customers from the battery, for example, say the warranty is 8 years, for example. The same we have for the fuel cells, yeah, because our customers, the waste collection vehicle, the truck, runs 8 years, yeah, and then it's out of order, yeah, and the components, we have a warranty about 8 years.
Yeah. And what kind of fuel cells? PEM?
Yeah, that's a PEM fuel cell, yes. That is normal in the automotive.
Yeah, what is the reason you use PEM or other type of cell?
That is the reason why you have fuel cells for in houses, for stationary or for mobile and for automotive. And the PEM is the best for the automotive, for cars, for trucks, yeah, for buses.
Okay.
That's about the energy. The PEM has a constant energy, yeah, and you have by a mobile, by a truck or by a car, you have peaks, yeah, and the PEM is good for some peaks, and the other fuel cells are only really for constant, yeah.
Okay, and in this case, for example, you can explain the performance, or maybe when the energy is taken from the battery at the start, for example, or what is the functioning of this when the truck is running, for example, for the start, when it's running just to move, etc. Can you explain what is when the energy comes from the fuel cell or come from the battery, etc.?
Yeah, and that is really difficult. That is why we need 2 or 3 years for this switches from fuel cell, battery, and back recuperation and so on. That is really tricky, and that is every time when you have it. When you have a case, there's every time when the system stops and starts, that's every time a little bit different. Yeah. And that is when the truck starts, for example, the fuel cell starts also. Yeah. And give a constant energy to the battery. And in the battery, you have, for example, you need much power for the start and for the driving. Yeah, and need a lower energy for the stop, and this buffer, these peaks are in the battery. Yeah, okay. And the constant energy comes from the fuel cell with the hydrogen. Okay. And also the recuperation, the energy from the brakes comes also back first time into the battery.
Perfect. Someone is asking about the maintenance cost or the availability of spare parts, for example.
First time the service or the maintenance. It's like in cars or trucks. The maintenance will be cheaper. You have no change of oil or something, yeah. And the parts, normally you have a truck, you have 5,000 parts, for example. And here in this hydrogen system, it's lower parts, only 1,000, for example, or 1,500. You have lower parts, you have no diesel engine with any oil and something, yeah. That is cheaper, but at this moment, the problem is the prices of the components. You know it here, it's the same like in your country. The components are really expensive, yeah, and that is also the price of the complete system. It's very expensive. When we build 100, 1,000 or more of these trucks, the price is cheaper, and we have, and that is, I think, our workshop here. We need also companies. They build fuel cells and tanks, and so we need these companies. And when we have so much companies, yeah, the price gets lower. Yeah, and that is what we want. Yeah.
Taking account that all that you say, what is your vision about the advantage or savings compared to diesel on only battery solution, for example?
Once more, please. What is the saving, or is this the saving
savings or advantage? What did the company, the found, see in this solution, fuel cell trucks? What is the advantage compared with other solutions, for example?
Instead of diesel or normal engine?
Diesel and just battery trucks, for example.
Yeah, battery trucks. I told you there's the problem is here of a big, normal or the electric truck. You have no payload, yeah. That is, and the customers say they don't want the long time to load. They don't want it, the customers, huh?
Okay.
And the problem is here, when you have one truck, it's okay. When you have 10 electric trucks, the loading point is 350 kilowatts for one truck. Huh? When you have 10 trucks, you have 3.5 gigawatts. You have so much energy in your company, I don't believe it. There is so much energy, energy in your company. And that is a problem. We hear it every time. Electric truck, electric cars are better, but you have no infrastructure for this.
Yeah. No, I think that that means maybe they have to reform or to retrofit the total electric network in this case, because you have to have the capacity in order to charge the trucks. But the fuel cells is more similar to the diesel charge, etc. It's more.
Yeah, the time is similar.
Mm-hmm.
Only 10, 12 minutes. Yeah, we test it. You see it here in this protocol in my presentation. It is 14 minutes. In real time, we have to do it also in 10. It's like when you refueled a normal truck with diesel. It's 10 minutes, truck. Not more. And also here is the safety. The people say, oh, when I go to the fuel station and there's hydrogen 700 bar, there's this really safety. The truck has a connection, a direct connection, electric connection to the fuel station, and the truck have a connection, and the truck knows, and the fuel station also, how many kilograms go in with temperature and so on. That is really safe.
Perfect. And related with that, someone is asking, for example, the type of hydrogen tanks do you use? What is the type? Because there are several types of tanks.
Yeah.
But in your case, what is the tank do you use?
That is, you have different types. It's mean type 1 up to type 4. And we have a type 4 is a carbon tank. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay.
No, it's okay. And relate to the hydrogen. What is the purity of hydrogen required by found fuel cell trucks?
We need the quality of hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
We need a 5.0.
5.0.
Yeah, that is the quality of hydrogen. What we need about that is what the customers say about the warranty about the fuel cell. Yeah, but like in your country, when you do it with electrolysis, that is easy to do. 5.0, it's easy to create. It's no problem.
Yeah, and you make a jointly. Also, you work jointly with other company, for example, to provide the hydrogen with other Siemens or some hydrogen providers.
That is. We have a big network there. But the problem is when you want to build a truck and you have no fuel station and other things, you cannot bring the truck on the street. And that is what we do 3 years ago. We have a big network of all customers, of all manufacturers. They need trucks, or they build trucks, they build fuel stations and electrolyzers and so on. You need, when you begin with this project, you need a big network, and then it runs. When you do it alone, no chance.
Okay. You said, but these trucks are prototype or already released to the market now?
This year we have prototypes before, yeah, and this year we have released to the market now 20 trucks, and after this, next year we want to build 100 and more.
Oh, better. Just in Germany or in other countries?
The first one in Germany, and we have the first customer, for example, in France. Yeah, but I think first of all in Europe. The problem here, I explain, is the service. When you do a new project, it's good to do it in your country first, and then to other countries. Yeah.
Yeah.
The system is running.
Yeah, and considering this, have you considered to extend your network of maintenance service, etc., to the other country? For example, if you go to the France, you're thinking to put an other company in this country in order to provide the maintenance service, or you make trainings for these people?
Yeah, genau. I do the training for all the other. For example, we get a partner in another country. I go to this country, I go to this partner, and the partner gives all the same information like we have in Faun. He have to do the same information. The system have to also running there, yeah. And we have no secrets there. When we have a partner, we give the same training like to our employees. Okay.
And relate to the training. Does the training consider the use, maintenance, and support? Is there an alliance with any university or institute for certification, for example?
Yeah, we have. My business is to do the training also with universities and any other big schools. Yeah. To do the problem here of this case is this is hydrogen, and we all know about a little bit about hydrogen, yeah, in school, for example, but it's a new technology, and we need the basics, yeah, and that is the reason why we have contact to universities and the other big schools. To learn the basics, and then we can build or train our employees to the special things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need also schools for the high voltage. You cannot build a hydrogen truck or car without high voltage, about 700 volts, for example. It's not possible. You need this big parts.
In this sense, talking about the safety, you train the the people who access to in an accident, for example, for the truck.
Yeah, firemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also what we do last month, for example. We train also the firemen. What has happened when they come to an accident? What is with the high voltage? What is with 700 volt? No water, for example, yeah? Or many water. And what has happened with the system when the hydrogen system, there's the fire, and for example, the tank, when it's go up to 110 degree, yeah, you have a safety valve, and the hydrogen gets out to the air. But the best is up, not to the right and to the left side. when you have a fireman there and the 700 bar system blows up to the right, the fireman and any other in 20 meter around, they have a problem. And that is what they have to know. Yeah.
Okay.
We do the training for all. No problem.
Yeah. Talking about the efficiency, someone is asking about what is the conversion efficiency of hydrogen in relation to a combustion engine, for example. Have you compared that?
Yeah. That is really important. Normally, in the diesel engine, you have 35%. Yeah, that is normal for diesel engine. Yeah, from tank to wheel. Yeah, and by a hydrogen system, it's a little bit more. It's by up to 40, 45. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you have it really, you can.
And talking about the standards or normative, what is the standard used in the design and construction of facilities in which vehicles are supplied with hydrogen? Can you explain about the normative or the regulation, etc., about it? The construction?
Yeah. That is also my big part, but we have only a few minutes. We have from the government, we have this things, yeah, from the regulation of how to build the truck, yeah, bring it on the street. Also for the maintenance, these are very good regulations. And in Germany, we have only 10 specialists of hydrogen, and we all work together with the government. And we work on this by ourselves, and that's very good. Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe if you want to export these trucks, you have to have a standard in, for example, in the Europe community. You are working in that, or you are coordinated with other countries in the regulation in order to this truck can work in Germany, on France, on other countries?
Yeah, when we are an international company, and that's the same like the other trucks. When we have customers around the world, we can look after the regulation in this country. Yeah, that we do every time with normal trucks, with hydrogen trucks, with high voltage trucks. We do it. Yeah.
One question here is these trucks have the capacity to carry out a route on a sloping road, for example, in a valley or in a hilly sector.
That means what? The capacity of what? The range?
No. They are asking about if this truck can go on in a hilly sector with slopes, etc. Because we can see the buses. There's a very flat route, but in the case of this truck, have you tested this with the slope on go up and up the hill, etc.?
Yeah. The buses, or sag ich mal, every time the trucks, they have so much power for this. Yes, more power than a normal diesel engine.
Yeah. Okay. And
for example, the electric motor have 3,500 Newton meters. I think that is enough.
Yeah.
3,500 Newton meters. When you know what a normal truck is by 2,000. For example, it's a diesel, and the electric truck has much more, 3,500.
Yeah, it's a high torque.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the cost. Something asking, what is the cost of the whole upgrade of the bird chassis truck to hydrogen powered? How to transform? How much it's cost?
That is the really problem. We talk about the components. The components are very expensive. Yeah, actually. And the price of the truck actually is 700,000 euro.
Okay. Yeah.
705. Yeah, 700 is.
Yeah. Talking about your topic, training, what kind of human capital can be created in the short term, but technical and professional, in order to develop the hydrogen trucks? What is your opinion?
For the training of the trucks with hydrogen technology?
Yeah, in order to form or to train the human capital.
We have normal mechanics, yeah?
Yeah, for example.
We bring them by the, for example, we make a test, and then we test about the basics of electrics, the basic of hydraulics and the other things. And then we do step by step, we have a training program there. And when we test it and he's good, he start at the higher level, and when he's not so good, he start at the middle level, for example. And my target is to bring all the employees on the same level. But for this, I have to know what level it is. It's like me. I'm also not on the same level at each hydraulic or electric or something else. Huh? And then I must know which level is the employee, and then I can bring it to a high level, for example. And we have for all people, we have a training program.
Okay. Okay. Here is a question about very technical. Is there any vibration care from the truck on the roads, for example, that can cause fuel cell malfunction? If that is how you have to solve it, you consider the vibrations?
Yeah, that is a good question. We have a special fuel cell, and the other components are specially built for automotive. And that is specially tested by vibration and other things in automotive sector. Yeah. When you do it with a normal fuel cell, that is real. You have a problem with vibration and dust and so on. You have very problems. You must have fuel cells for the automotive sector.
Okay. And other question here is about the range of the values of the hydrogen kilo, and in which range of values of the kilograms of hydrogen they compare with the diesel, for example. When the price of the hydrogen kilo is compared with the diesel cost, in order to think, I want to change my car for
not at this moment. That is not when you that is not as I don't know. What is the price in your country? Do you know it? The price for hydrogen in kilogram? You don't know the price. But the problem here, the German price is 9.5 euros per kilo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you expect in the future?
In a normal car, you need 1 kilogram per 100 kilometer. And in a truck, you need 4 or 5 kilogram per 100 kilometer.
Perfect. Okay. And then what is the break-even price in order to compare the two solutions, diesel or fuel cell?
The break-even price.
What do you expect, for example?
3.6 euros. That is the break-even price.
Okay. Thinking. Some people are asking about. In Chile we have many environmental conditions to the desert, to the ice zones in the south. And how do the cells or other work with intense cold, for example, with snow or very low temperatures?
That is the problem normally for example, for batteries. The batteries have the problem, lithium-ion batteries. they work not under 5 degrees, for example. Yeah. And we have no lithium-ion batteries. We have other batteries, and they work better. But all batteries, when you have snow and ice, they must be heated. That is, and the same also like in the fuel cell. The best is the constant temperature, and they have to heat it or cooling. Yeah, that is in our system. We have a heater. We have a cooling system, a big cooling system, and it works.
Yeah. Okay.
But we are also a new manufacturer. We make also our experiences right now.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we know about the test, for example, in Canada, they are trying to start a car with minus 30 degrees. And that works. And talking about the leaks, for example, the leaks, hydrogen leaks, as hydrogen is such a small molecule, leaks are common. Maybe, I don't know. What about the hydrogen leakage from tanks and hold the system? I will lose some hydrogen if I park a long time the truck, for example?
Leakage are not really a problem. For example, when you use the truck outside, the hydrogen goes away, there's no problem. Huh?
Yeah.
Inside a workshop, inside a garage, for example, you must have, when you drive it indoor, you have to do a sensor inside, or open roof or something, when you have leakages. Yeah, but in a normal drive, when you have built the system, and the system is running, and there's no accident, for example, there's no leakage. And when it's not, I know this question, also the question from our customers here. Oh, is it dangerous? No, it's not dangerous.
Yeah, I imagine that the system.
You mean about leakage and fire, for example, or explosion? No problem. Not really a problem. I have here on my desk, I have some hydrogen systems here. I'm indoor and I do it a whole day long. I work with hydrogen. That is not really dangerous.
Yeah. No, I think in the truck, the part of the system, maybe if a leak here and there are zones or place very ventilate or not. Yeah,
there's ventilate, there's no problem. And we have no hydrogen system in the cabin, for example. In normal cars, you have the tanks and the system, you have it in the cabin, in the car. And in the truck, there is no hydrogen in the cabin, for example. It's only outside, and when there's a leakage, it gets up in the air and there's no problem.
Okay.
That's the reason why our truck have no sensor. Cars with hydrogen need a hydrogen sensor inside when there's a leakage. When you have a truck and you have no hydrogen in the cabin, for example, you don't need a sensor. Goes up in the air and the tank is empty.
Okay. Another question is like a social network question because it's a little funny. What do you think about Elon Musk referring about the fuel cell as full cell? What is your opinion about?
He built battery systems, at the most with Tesla. And I think also the countries and Europe and I think hydrogen is the future. Yeah. Green hydrogen. Also explain green hydrogen as a future. Not hydrogen from industrial, not gray hydrogen. I mean really green hydrogen.
Okay. Talking in Chile, we are a mining country. Yeah, we have many operations in the high altitude, and there are cities also. And how does the fuel cell perform about, for example, 2,000 meters of altitude, how much energy does the air compression consume, for example, in this condition? Have you tested in a harsh condition, for example, the trucks or the fuel cell system?
You mean for the mining systems? Or
Yeah, thinking, for example, you use this kind of trucks in a high altitude city, for example.
Yeah, we have a partner. When you talk about mining, we have a partner. For example, they normally in the mining you have high voltage vehicles, yeah. And with this partner, we do from this high voltage systems, we take an upgrade to hydrogen, and we testing there in different things, high and low, also inside and outside, or much high, 2,000 meters high, for example. We are testing at this moment.
Okay, talking about all the project. What was the incentive or the reason for doing the project for FAUN?
The 5 years ago, FAUN is only a manufacturer from the body, normal from the body of the compaction. We don't have built before a truck or a vehicle or something. Our business is get a truck from Mercedes-Benz, from MAN, and so on, and build a body. Yeah, that is our business. We are specialists in built bodies. And 4 or 5 years ago, we go to Mercedes-Benz, for example, or no name for a truck manufacturer, and ask all truck manufacturers, please give us a chassis with a hydrogen engine. And all truck manufacturers say, no, we can't. We can do it in 2027, and that is the reason why we build a truck by our own. We cannot buy a truck with a hydrogen engine, and that is for 3 or 4 years ago. We do this, or we build this.
Okay, and when you make this decision to deal with the fuel cell trucks, what were the challenge or technical challenge in order to build or manufacture this kind of truck from your point of view?
Yeah, there's it's not really heavy or difficult to bring components in the system. You can buy a tank, you can buy an electric motor or batteries, do it in the truck. That is no problem. The challenge is the control unit to bring all together. And that is what we need time. For the first truck, we need 3 years to build the components in, and then we build the control unit with the software, with all together, with weird cooperation and so on. That is really heavy.
It means that the more difficult part is the integration of kind of system.
Yeah, also it's not really difficult to bring the parts in it, to bring the parts together. That is
the challenge. Yeah, okay.
That is the challenge, yes.
One question here is if the hydrogen is so good, what is the barrier for the market introduction? And why your sale is so low in the first year? What is your strategy to break the market barrier? Yeah, I think it's important to know what is the future.
It's a very important question. It's a very good question. And also other questions say, when the system is so good, why you sell only 20 or 100? Yeah, that is a really good question. The problem is we cannot build more in the first time. We build, customers, we have customers, they want, for example, I have it here on my desk, they want 100, but we cannot build, we starting with manufacturing trucks. We are not the specialist of manufacturing trucks. We also a little bit time to learn. We need the first series is 20, then 100, and then 500 or 1000, yes? For example, Daimler-Benz, I think he can bring it out not with 20. When he begins to sell trucks with a hydrogen system in a few years, they begin also with 5,000, but it's not our capacity. Our special is the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thinking after you build the truck, in your opinion, what are the learned lessons for you, or for the found, for example, when you?
Oh, they are many. They are many because every time I say we are not the specialists in build trucks, we have many learned about the truck driving, also with a new technology, with a hydrogen system, with battery system, with steering, air cooling, braking, with all these things. When you have no experiences, you learn a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, and relate with that. What is the mainly barrier or gaps you have to overpass, for example?
The first testing of the trucks from the government. Yeah, that is the really high level to build a truck and bring it to the testing. Yeah, and they say, oh, it's good or not. Or for example, the small test, for example, for the tank system, we become one tank, and we build a tank system with 8 tanks, for example, and that is also a big point to learn to build a system with hydrogen tanks. Yeah.
You mentioned about the export the truck to France, but have you think extend yourself, for example, South America, because we are very interested to use the hydrogen truck.
Yes. That is no problem. We have a market of normal trucks, of our refuse collective vehicles in South America, for example. We have partners there, and when I think in a few years, or when you get a partner, or there's no problem to bring it to your country.
Have you some conversation, for example, with Cummins, or because Cummins is they have a good representation or representative agency here, and you are talking with Cummins, for example, for this kind of trucks?
Sometimes. Yes, sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And which other manufacturer, for example?
I don't know exactly that. I'm not in the sales department and in the export department. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, and just to finish, what is the future plans for the companies found just to follow with this kind of truck, sewage and garbage truck, or you can extend on other kind of truck, for example, high load, for example, 3 tons, etc. Other kind of trucks.
It can be, but in this year or in the next years, we do this garbage truck, we do this road sweepers, and the other customers say, oh, we want only the truck without a body, yeah, and that is what we can grow up, yeah, that what is we can do, but not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Yeah, I think we're finishing now, and the people asking about the presentation, or if you can send a fact sheet, for example, to more detailed specification of this truck, is possible?
It's possible. I sent you. I think tomorrow I sent you a PDF document with many other information. Yeah, with technical information about the truck, and you can give it to all. Yeah.
Okay. Well, just to thank you because your presentation is so good, and we are develop different workshop in the next days, and we think it's important to develop or to go deeply in each application of hydrogen, because your know is very flexible the hydrogen in different sectors, and I think the transport is a very important sector. As I said, you can use the cars, trucks, etc., but the trucks who transport garbage is a very known application here in Chile, and the municipalities are used or spend a lot of money with this kind of trucks all days, and I think it's important to have other alternative. And in this sense, what is your opinion, or what is the opinion of the authorities in the city about they are happy with this solution, they are thinking to buy more, etc. What is your opinion in order to close the presentation?
I think the first, they are happy with the solution or in the city, yeah? I think so. And that is the first what we need also in the big cities. We need this solution about hydrogen or battery system and so on. Yeah? That is what we need, I think, around the world.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah. Go ahead.
And when you have questions about this hydrogen system or complete hydrogen, yeah, please ask me anytime. There's no problem. We have also, I think, and that is really what I think. In this case of hydrogen and new technology, we can do everything together, not alone. You have a good network, we have a good network, and then we grow together, and then we get a good future. Okay.
Well, Mike, I appreciate so much your help, your cooperation, and, well, take care about the virus.
Thanks.
Okay.
Also.
I will switch to Spanish. Okay. Bueno, muchas gracias a todos. Esto fue una muy interesante presentación respecto a uno de los usos que tiene el transporte, que es la recogida de basura y camiones que limpian la ciudad. Como mencioné, para las municipalidades un gasto bastante alto respecto a la recogida de basura porque son camiones que gastan mucho diésel. Entonces creo que soluciones como la batería o camiones híbridos entre batería y celda de combustible van a ser una muy buena solución, y además que van a ahorrar, aparte de ahorrar combustible, van a silenciar su funcionamiento, que es muy importante, y van a mejorar también el medio ambiente, ¿cierto? Así que, bueno, los dejo invitados para la próxima charla. La próxima charla será en 2 semanas más, que tiene relación con un tema muy importante que Chile podría tomar esto, que es la inyección de hidrógeno en redes de gas. Sabemos que actualmente se está haciendo en algunos países hasta un cierto porcentaje, son grandes reservorios de gas, y también cuáles son los procesos para hacer metano sintético a partir de hidrógeno verde. Así que muchas gracias por todo, muchas gracias por su atención, y nos vemos en 2 semanas más. Que estén muy bien. Bye bye, Mike. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.